Today is my first day teaching a new class here. So I want to make sure I'm properly caffeinated. This mug was actually a gift from the lovely organisers here. I guess they know how to get me to do my best work.
Good morning, and we're coming across now to the restaurant. Let's start at the top. Good morning, Miss Stricker. Good morning.
Okay, so I guess half an hour early. That's being a bit too British.
I just love the way this school has allowed Hayler to say good morning to all the students. It's brilliant.
Good morning to the UN staff.
That's a very friendly way to start the day.
Have you ever heard someone say consistency is king? Well, it really is. Because as people, what we always strive is to understand the world. And what makes it easier to understand the world? Being able to predict what's going to happen. And the only way to predict what's going to happen is consistency. Now, it's true, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but we love excitement. We love different things to happen. And of course, that is a fact. But we also like to be able to predict what's going to happen to us when we're there. Being a butler, I really learnt this when I was looking after my guests. It was the silly little things. It's like the way they want their bathroom set up. They like their toothpaste and their toothbrush in a certain way. It has to be a particular brand that they already want. People don't like to wing it. They don't like to just say, buy any brand you like, any brand of soap, I don't care. That's not what happens. People say, I want this very specific brand, and that is my preference. What you may be about to say is, but Simeon, well, of course we do. That's because the brand we use is the best in the world. That's why we use it. It makes my skin so soft, makes me so happy. And I'm not denying that that brand may very well be the best in the world, and it may be a very educated choice. But again, that is just an example of consistency. Well, anyway, the day went well, so I'm going to reward myself with a little bit of a walk along the boardwalk. But first, I don't think I need to be quite so formal in my attire, so I think this will do nicely. As I walk along the beautiful beachfront, I think more about why consistency is paramount, especially in luxury hospitality, because it directly impacts the guest's experience. Consistency is the only way of creating brand reputation, and consistency reinforces a brand's image and builds trust. So I just enjoyed a coffee in this Starbucks here in Barbados. Now, I've got a question. Why is it that places like Starbucks are so popular throughout the world? Now, it's not because they're the best. There are actually plenty of other more interesting and better coffee shops here in Barbados that even have a cheaper product. But what keeps people going to this one is consistency. Anyone who's working in the luxury market, like a butler, is going to be looking after guests who have extremely high expectations. And only through excellent attention to detail and consistency can you create a product that is then so good it always surpasses the expectations of the guests. I've just got back from my walk, and okay, I'll be totally honest, I did stop for a couple of beers. But when the beers are $2.75 a bottle, that's Barbados dollars. So that's about £1 a bottle. It's just silly not to. Silly not to. And the beer's good here, I must say. Banks is an excellent brand. What was I talking to you about? Oh yes, consistency. As my good friend Chef Mark Ayres once said, even if you're going to be bad at something, be consistently bad at it. And what did he mean by that? Like, it might sound silly to start with, but actually, in life, being predictable in your service is actually a great quality. Let's look at McDonald's. McDonald's has probably the worst service of anywhere you can go, especially in the UK. You order it on an iPad, giant iPad type thing. You wait for ages and you walk away with a lukewarm, tiny burger. But they are consistent. They are consistently bad. You know exactly what you're going to get pretty much anywhere in the world. And this is why it's so often people on their first day in a new country go and eat in McDonald's. Blissfully, I am in one of the few countries right now that doesn't have a McDonald's. Why do people go and eat in a McDonald's when they might be in a country with the most amazing cuisine? People go to Paris and they eat in McDonald's. People go to Milan and they eat in McDonald's because it's going to be rubbish, but it's the exact level of rubbish that they're expecting. There will be no surprises. I am, of course, not suggesting for a second that you should lower your standards. On the contrary, I am suggesting, my friends, that we have the consistency of McDonald's, but still provide that amazing service that only Butlers can provide. We still give that quality and that elegance that I know your guests are expecting. I'm going to go and head down to my dinner, which I'm sure will be delicious, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. Good night.